yours on, Michelle?
It is on now.
Oh, well, then mine is probably not on.
Shall I have a look? No. Yes.
Okay. Oh, Lord. We try to do it right every time, and we always mess up. Just give us a few seconds to get the technicalities sorted out, everybody. Hey, Gordon. How are you?
See if I can find us.
What happens, Gordon, is because you know what it's like with YouTube. We've talked about this before. Let's go down this little quiet alleyway, Michelle. We've talked about this before. YouTube is just not geared up for users. So I want everything set up perfect so you can see everything, but I can't see what you see until I press live. And then it's all over the place. Anyway, we are stuck in
Taichung.
But we're not really stuck, we're really enjoying it. But I want to take you, before it closes, I want to take you out for the most amazing, strange meatball that you've ever seen. You've possibly never seen anything like this. I've certainly never seen anything like it. For those of you that don't know Taiwanese meatball, this one is called Bawan.
You can guarantee it.
I could go up the darkest alleyway. I could go an alleyway that's not seen footsteps for 3,000 years. I turn up that alleyway and a car will come behind me. Look how quiet this alleyway is. Ooh. Oh, we're doing this way.
Yeah, we're good.
We're good.
We're good.
So Michelle is with me. Let me just see if I've got the wide angle. No, there we go. There's the wide angle. So there we are. You're nice and wide. We're going to have Taichung's most famous meatball, the Bawan. Now this place closes in about the next 20 minutes. So I want to get in there as quickly as possible and show you this thing before they close. So I started the live stream just a little bit earlier than we planned because I didn't realize it closed at 7:30. So down this alleyway. And when I say this is the strangest meatball you've ever seen, I mean it. It really is the most peculiar food I've seen in a long time. And it looks, to all intents and purposes, quite unpleasant. But let's see how it tastes. So here we are. This is the famous Bawan store. Let's just spin you around so I can turn it up. So there it is.
So Goon loves saying it's wet and windy and he actually got a notification off of YouTube.
Oh, wow.
You've won the jackpot.
So here is the place. Hello. How are you? So they also do these beautiful noodles. These are like a rice noodle. A rice noodle? But what we're going to try today is the Bawan. This over here. So this is the Bawan. Looks good, man. Look at this plate. Look at this. This is the noodle here. It's like a glutinous rice noodle, and it's in a. I don't think this is fat. I think this is almost like a soup or a sauce. And then if I just, excuse me, sorry man, excuse me. And then this guy here, he's adding in a creamy sauce, a dark rich sauce, and then a glutinous sort of middle of the range sauce. And if you look really closely, you'll see that is the meat dumpling, that little flying saucer that you see there. Let's get an order one. Can I get one to eat? One meatball. Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you. Okay. Let's get back here where we're out of the way. We're not taking up too much space. Ah, thank you.
Chili.
Chili, huh? Look how quickly that came. Here it is.
Think they're ready to close?
They are ready to close.
I at this
Oh, do
side.
you want to come and sit beside me, Michelle? That's probably better. So here it is, the Bawan Taiwanese meatball. You've never seen anything like this in your life. And I'm going to show you why in a moment.
We've got soy sauce and, oh, we said chili. And pepper.
Shall I do a little full circle and turn the camera around? Okay. Let's get this angle here. So I've just ordered one because frankly I'm doing this for you guys because Michelle and I have eaten just 45 minutes ago and I thought we might just take you out, and I'm kind of full, but I really want to. Oh, I'm not going to lie, I've had one, I tried one. This is kind of the weirdest meatball you've ever seen in your life. Let's just get the camera up a little bit. So what you've got, can we tell them a little bit about the history, Michelle? Can you remember?
And I remember
Let's do it from memory.
it was in the 1800s sometime, is that correct?
Oh, you're the one doing it.
I'm the one doing
It's
it.
your story.
Okay, there was a lack of food, and some bright person in this town came up with the idea of there was a lot of potatoes, so they made potato starch, and they made it into potato flour, and they made dumplings out of the potato flour. Is that correct? So far?
And they also put like another thing that grows in abundance here is bamboo shoots, and there are so many different varieties of bamboo shoots, hundreds of different varieties. Well, not hundreds. It's easy to say hundreds, isn't it? But maybe a dozen or so different bamboo varieties. So what they did is they made this sort of potato starch, and it's a sweet, like a yam potato starch, tapioca starch, and they put the bamboo pieces inside it, and it made a sort of nourishing, fully wholesome little dumpling. Now over the years they found that the potato starch, it's not potato yam, it's not a yam, what do they call it? It's
Well, it was
taro.
It was a sweet potato. It was a sweet potato. Yeah.
What they found over the years is it was a little bit chewy and a little bit dense, so they started adding a tapioca starch in, which give you this almost mochi type envelope around the meatball. So when you see it at the front there, it looks like a little flying saucer. But when I've seen people eating it here, it's the weirdest looking thing because it's like... Okay. You can put in the comments what you think it looks like, but here, come down here. So this is the meatball. It's glutinous. Okay, it's snotty looking. It's a snotty looking meatball. And inside, as time evolved on, they started putting pork meat, all seasoned pork meat inside, which makes it a meatball. We're as prepared as always, Michelle, aren't we?
We are, absolutely. So the reason why they use potatoes is because they grow a lot of rice in Taiwan.
Yeah.
Rice takes a lot of production. You've got to grow it, you've got to look after it, you've then got to turn it into rice once it's finished growing. Whereas potatoes just grow in the ground and they grow all over the place. So like a weed, everybody has potatoes, and there was a lot of potatoes around. Hence, it's calling everybody over. Hence, they only have potatoes available when there was a shortage of food. And everybody had potatoes, and they made it potato starch that they could store in the winter.
Well, I think the story goes: if you need to collect rice, you need to thrash it, you need to harvest it, you need to process and dry the rice. But if you've got a spade, you can get a sweet potato out of the ground almost anywhere in the country, and they grow in abundance in the wild here. So the tubers of the potatoes grow all over the country. Have we checked the sound check? Is it all good and everything?
Nobody said it's not any good.
So
I hope you can hear us.
The Bawan meat dumpling. In the centre,
They do put meat in it now.
is the pork, and it's all seasoned with ginger and all sorts of spices. But inside this sort of like glutinous outside, you've got some little hard pieces. You hit these little sort of hard pieces, and that is the bamboo. It's a bamboo, sweet bamboo roots. And it's,
Thank you, Goon. Love sounds all good.
Now, it looks quite disgusting, but can I explain to you? It's really delicious. It's almost like a, oh, Michelle, or you?
No, I'm having to share with you.
No, you can't have any of this
Well, I
one.
thought you were full.
No, I'm really enjoying it. Even getting it in my mouth now. It's got like a beef stock, like a rich gravy, but
You think it might be pork there because you use a lot of pork, don't
like
they?
really rich.
Welcome to Taiwan. Thank you. Can't say your name, unfortunately.
And it's flavoured with onions and shallots, and there's ginger in there. But every now and again you get this little sort of hard piece. You can probably just see a little bit on the fork there. I'm not sure if it shows up.
It's one of those dishes that doesn't look like you're going to enjoy it, but it's actually very tasty.
It is. They also do a glass noodle here, a rice noodle, a glass noodle, which is super famous. And another day. Okay, we'll do our diary update when we get out of here. But do you want to share some, or shall I get you another one?
No, we'll share it. They're closing. He just wants to eat it all.
It's really good. It's really good.
It's in English. It's translated as crystal meatball, but in Taiwanese and Chinese, it's just meatball.
So you've got a pork meat there with ginger and garlic, a little bit of pepper, no real chili in here. It's not particularly hot, but it's really, really good.
Well, we've got a black bean soy sauce here and white pepper. Don't look like I'm going to get any.
Now,
No,
I'll get you one more.
No.
If I get one more, you have a little bit, and if you don't want it all, I'll have the rest of it.
Okay, well, I'll finish this one then.
Yeah?
Yep.
Okay. See if I can get another one. I'm going to get another one. That's how good they are. Now, I said to a friend I've met here, you should come and try this. And he, like me, came in here and looked at it and thought, I'm not sure if I like the look of that. But I would highly recommend that you do give the Bawan a try if you're in Taichung or if you're in Taiwan in general. Let's see if I can get one more.
A lot of sign language going on.
So you'll see at the front there, he's got the, I'm going to have to do a bit of research. He's got the meatball sort of soaked in what looks like oil, and then he adds in two different sort of glutinous, gelatinous sauces, and a third sauce there. Thank you, man. One more. Thank you. I didn't quite come into shot.
I'm trying to get the sauce up, but it's a fork.
Yeah, if you do with a spoon.
Don't think we can spoon. It's okay.
See, just go over there. He's got spoons. Just see if you can grab one, and I'll entertain everybody. With a little bit of juggling. So there's a little bit of coriander. I've just noticed there's a little bit of coriander on the top.
Ah, yes.
You can see, so there's a dark, almost like a hoisin or soy sauce, but it's richer than a soy sauce. Almost, it's not quite like an oyster sauce, but it's certainly, it's almost like a, let me just try. No, it's like a dark, rich soy sauce, and then this clear white, almost like a gravy, custard. It looks quite anemic, quite unpleasant, but it tastes delicious. Not many people in tonight, Michelle.
No, not many people in. Nobody's chatting.
Come on, get some comments. What would you choose this? Would you choose this if you saw it in a restaurant? Most of you may not, unless you're from Taiwan, of course, you know what it is, you already know how delicious, but you might not choose it, but
You've got a spoon now if you need one.
it's really good. Do you like it, Michelle?
Yeah, I do.
Honestly?
I do.
Michelle's a lot I was going to say a little less adventurous with flavours and things.
Maybe.
To a degree. No, not really, but there's a lot of things that I'll eat that you don't particularly like. And you quite like this, right?
Yeah, this is a good one. So it doesn't look as very nice, but it actually is very tasty.
So look, in amongst there, you can see that little piece, that little white piece in there. That is actually a bamboo shoot. So there it is, a little bit of bamboo shoot. Delicious, very mild, but quite delicious. And there's several pieces. There's another piece there, just inside. It gives a little nutty crunch. You might think it's onion because, you know, the flavour, there's a sort of like a chive or green onion sort of flavour to the Bawan itself. But it's actually, there's another piece just there. It's definitely bamboo.
It's not easy to eat it elegantly.
It's not. When I first arrived here, you saw the other day, I did a live stream. I walked into this place and there was a pretty little girl just sat in here and she was eating one of these and it looked awful. The way she was, it was like hanging from the fork as she brought it up, just as I'm showing you. And I thought, oh, I'm not sure I fancy that. And then one of the staff said to me in the hotel we're staying in that it's a famous place and you should give it a try. So I just thought, okay, to hell with it, let's go and order one. And I had it yesterday and I brought you back here to share this experience today. I'm not sure if it was a good idea or not. I think they're about either 45 Taiwanese or 35 Taiwanese dollars each. So that works anywhere from about $1.80 US to maybe $1.50, $1.80 US per piece.
Yeah.
Am I right?
I think so.
It's good value, isn't it?
Yeah, very good. Did you put the whole piece in your mouth? You're meant to break it up and eat it in little pieces. You put all of the pork in. Is it hot? Oh, wow. Well, because they cook it to water. And even though they're closing, it's still hot.
The guy to the right who's eating it. Just like when I'm eating it with you, it's sort of hanging down. It looks pretty gross. This is not the most elegant food to eat, but sometimes the least elegant foods are the most tasty foods. I find it hard to describe. How would you describe the flavour? I can't think of anything.
Flavour, it's got a sweetness to it, and it is quite porky. I think a porky sort of flavour. It's not a flavour, but the thickness of it. I don't know. I say it's like a runny mochi.
It's like a runny mochi, gelatinous, glutinous, quite meaty in flavour. Then the pork ball's got.
And then you've got the crunch of the bamboo, and then the green onion as well. The scallions in there.
Really unique.
Yeah.
It's a unique meatball. I keep calling it a dumpling, but I get told off. The locals say to me, it's not a dumpling, it's a meatball. The thing in the middle is a meatball. The outer side, that's not a meatball.
Amazing, they're closing very soon, but people are still rocking up.
I think they stay open for takeaway a little bit later.
Maybe, but no, people are sitting.
While they're organising.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
now let's take you for a little walk and a little update. I've got to pay for this on the way out. I'm not sure who I pay. There's so many staff. Let's turn the camera around. 1, 2, 3. Turn that round so you can see. I'll do a little walk around. All right. Michelle, where's those hundreds that I had?
I don't know.
Okay. You'll have to see if you can pay them with 1,000 and get some
Where do I
change.
pay?
Any of the staff
Any of them?
front.
Can I pay? Yeah. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you. See you tomorrow
tomorrow.
again. I love it. Hello. Oh, it's still something.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you. Cheers.
Okay. Bye
Bye bye. Okay. So that was a Bawan.
That Rick's just in, says, hi guys, just passing by while I'm making a coffee video making today.
G'day, Rick.
Enjoy your coffee.
Enjoy your coffee. I don't know what you thought about my meatball. Probably didn't see it, but that is a Taichung specialty. We've also made a little video. I'm going to be doing some video editing tonight if I can, and try and get a video up in the next day and a half, just to show you what we've been doing while we're here. The further I go over this way, the further you keep going.
Sorry,
You're looking down at the comments. So, oh, I'm so full now.
Full. They are very filling.
We're having a little rest cycling. We were going to have a day's rest. We're finding Taichung such an amazing city that we decided to make it 2 days rest. And we're worried that the longer we rest, the harder it is for us to be able to sort of get up and start walking again. Riding. We met some wonderful people here. And the moment we arrived, I met some local people, some lovely people, Anna and Natasha.
Yes.
And they took us all the way around the city. 2 sisters. Actually, there were 3 sisters, but we mainly were going around with Anne and Natasha. So if they see this, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
They took us all around the city. We went through the very first place bubble tea was ever served in the world. So the origins of bubble tea. We've been there. I made a little video. I'm trying to edit it. Might get it up tomorrow if I have time.
Otherwise you'll have to wait.
Otherwise you'll have to wait.
Oh, where are we?
I don't know. Oh, this is where the walking area.
Okay. So where they've raised the railway line now.
I think, let's go upstairs, up these stairs here. Look at these brand new sort of exercise. I think this is, you put your legs under here.
Doing your sit-ups, your pull-ups.
And then on these ones over here, you kind of get on and see if I can turn the camera around. So you sort of do like a wiggle.
Wiggle. Do it gently. Had enough exercise lately.
Okay. Let's go upstairs, see what's up here. I've been told by several people that there's an old railway track or some sort of track that is now a walking area. And I'm wondering if this is it. We've not been here before. You're discovering it as we're discovering it. It is. Look at this. Wow. Look at this, Michelle.
Okay.
Crikey. So this is right in the centre of the city. Above us is a new raised sort of highway, or it might even be a railway.
That's the railway up there.
Is it? So
Yeah.
this is the old railway track.
So they made the railway higher. Cool.
And it goes for miles, from what I understand. So you can see here, look at this, look how cool this is. This is a piece of the original railway sleepers and tracks that they've left to sort of show you what was here before. And then, Got to watch the steps, it's a little bit dark. Hello.
Hello.
Ni hao. Oh, cool, look. Here's a railway track as well.
That's the train going above us.
And above us, you can hear up there, look, is the modern railway. Even on the ground below me is old track laid into the very modern, very clean, very flat. Look at this. Can you see this, guys? I think the video quality should be good enough.
You can get your photos on the railway track.
Yeah, there's the line change.
Cool.
They've even got the little derrick or whatever you call this, where they would have had the water. Oh no, it's a signage. It's a little piece of old railway signage up there.
Taiwan Connection 1908.
Okay.
So William says, hi everyone, or hello everyone. William Tan.
Hi, William. Is it our William?
I don't know.
Is it William from Penang?
Oh, maybe.
Maybe. You never know. If it is, up to you, man. If it isn't, up to you, man.
Oh, what's in the box?
It's in the box. Information centre or something, or
Oh, there.
what is happiness? It's a little exhibition box.
It's William from the US.
Okay.
Hello, William from the US.
Hello, William.
This is cool up here.
There's a car up here. How did the car get up here?
Maybe it lives up here.
There must be a roadway up as well. Oh, there is one there just beside us.
Ah, yes.
This is a good use of an old railway track, isn't it? Or an old railway raised sort of flyover. And I think they've either had or going to have some sort of fair or exhibition.
Airstream.
Airstream, like in the caravan? Airstream?
Activity about tomorrow is about art activity.
Is it tomorrow, is it?
It's start from tomorrow.
Okay, thank you. We'll come tomorrow and have a look. Thank you. And yes, we will be here tomorrow because we've decided to stay another day. What a great, this goes as far as I can see, and there's the railway track, as you can see. This gentleman coming towards us, so he's walking along the track.
So it's cool, really. They just left it as it is and paved it all in and made it a walking track and exhibition fair place.
I wonder how long it is.
I don't know.
If they've left it for many kilometres, this is a great place to come and do a bit of exercise in the evening, isn't it? And there's sort of exercise areas.
Maybe they just had to upgrade the railway line or something, so they went, let's...
Oh, for sure. That up there is a brand new sort of overhead
Yeah, I just wondered why they changed it.
viaduct of some sort. Probably it was simpler to build a new railway track than to try and modernise this railway track. But someone's had the bright idea of taking the old system and turning it into a sort of like elevated park.
Because they have the high-speed rail, don't
There's
they?
even trees up here. I've just noticed there's
Oh,
trees
yeah.
growing. And if you can see, look, we're above ground. Ah, but it's on an embankment, so it was a railway embankment, a sloped embankment at one time, so you can have trees. So it's not like this new railway track where it's up on concrete pillars. This would have been just a raised mound of soil with the railway track on it. Okay, So, when we arrived in Taichung, Michelle and I were exhausted, weren't we, Michelle?
Sorry?
When we arrived in Taichung, we were exhausted.
We were desperate for a hotel stay.
We hadn't had a good night's sleep in many days. And I was saying to you in the last live stream that the whole concept of wild camping, I'm not sure it was a good idea. And we are going to continue to try and wild camp, but I'm not sure how practical it is because of the heat here, the humidity, and the just general lack of camping facilities. So we'll see, that's going to progress. So we were sort of 5 days into the journey and we were both exhausted because we just weren't getting the sleep.
No.
The last night was really the last straw for us, as far as, you know, we were definitely going to book into a hotel because we had no plans to come to Taichung and book into a hotel. We've got a lovely little hotel here. We've met some amazing people. I mean, everyone is just so kind. I'm really falling in love with Taiwan. I think it's a great country, lovely people, modern, amazing food. Highly recommend if you're traveling anywhere in the world, you get the chance to come here, you should definitely do it. I kind of regret not coming here earlier. This just goes and goes. Okay, let's find ourselves a well-lit little seating area and we'll have a chat. Because we're not going to do a long live stream today. You sit on this end here, Michelle.
Okay. Everything's got writing on, but I can't really read it because it's dark.
It is dark, isn't it? So pop that there. Okay. There's Michelle, nicely framed. Okay. Who's in?
I'm in.
Maybe I'll turn the camera around so I can see.
Get it on that nice wide angle so it's not close. I think we're close at the moment.
No, that's not so good. Okay.
Rick says he's still here, enjoying your coffee.
Okay.
Oh, he's found a battered sausage in the fridge.
My Lord, Rick, what have you been doing battering sausages?
Was it lurking? Bet it's not as tasty as our meatball.
Okay. So I'm going to stand. Michelle, you can sit.
Ooh,
am I in
matron.
shot? Can you see it at all? I am in shot, yeah?
Yes, you are well in shot. Look, well in shot. You can come and sit down now. I think we were on super close, that's why.
Okay. So what's happened is we've arrived in Taichung. There's a guy walking a corgi just coming along now. So we've arrived here in Taichung and we were literally stopped next to us with his corgi. And just turn that camera up a little bit. Get some questions coming. People ask me some questions because you know it's really, really hard to...
Well, Rick said he always gets hungry when I watch these. Is that because we're always eating, Rick? And Goonlove says, what time is it over here? It is
it's probably close to 8 o'clock.
7:39.
Yeah.
It gets dark quite early, doesn't it?
That was another thing. We're a little bit like when we were walking the joggle. It gets if we're not into a camping spot by 5:30, it's too late.
Yeah.
So we've got to be sort of bedded down, tent up by 5:30, 6 o'clock. It's getting dark.
Dark. And if we go for a dark place, which we haven't succeeded in doing yet.
Nope. Everywhere we stop, we end up putting up the tent, and just, you know, as the dusk is coming, and as soon as the dark hits around about 6:30, 7 o'clock, every pitch we've had so far is lit up like Statue of Liberty. It's complete. The whole, every street light, every lamp suddenly comes out. Even if we're in the bushes, suddenly these lamps suddenly appear that we didn't spot, and we're lit up. So we struggled a bit, but it's been a good thing. Everything, you know, something good comes of absolutely everything, because stopping here in Taichung has kind of underlined what a wonderful country Taiwan is. And I'm not being overly gushing. It really is a very fascinating, culturally and interesting country to visit. I quite often make a comparison to Hong Kong in the earlier days. I haven't been to Hong Kong for a little while now, so I can't really comment on current Hong Kong, but it reminds me a lot of Hong Kong. There's a lot of greenery around. There's a lot of very modern cities, infrastructure. It's got a great train system, coach system. The taxis run, you know, they're proper, clean, modern taxis. The food, so far, we found to be interesting, thought-provoking food that makes you sort of say, okay, like the Bawan that we just had. It makes you think, right, who came up with this crazy idea?
It's interesting food, isn't it? You know, we're stumbling across things. Tommy Tran says, recently found your channel, such wholesome videos. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tommy.
Welcome.
So I kind of wish we could stay in Taichung for a few weeks, but that's not the agenda. We've given ourselves 3 weeks to cycle around Taiwan. However far we get will depend very much on circumstances. We're not sort of guaranteeing that we can get all the way around the island. We might even skip a few places because there are some areas I really want to see, and if we go too slowly we might miss some of the areas that we've earmarked and the highly recommended parts. So that's all to come. There is quite a lot we've been filming as well, so there's several episodes already of sort of content that you'll be able to see at a later date when I get a chance to get stopped and edit. So somebody said to me the other day, you know, with the live streams, why are you just doing these boring live streams? I think that was they didn't say that, but they kind of meant, why are you just doing these sort of boring live streams and not exploring places? And I thought, well, we are exploring places, and really exploring, and I am going to the trouble of filming a lot of stuff, but it's hard, because we can't sit in a tent editing and put up videos, so we can only really just create content and hope that when we stop it's good enough to make a little documentary. So there are things that I talk about that I can't show you because we're not there anymore. When we were there, we were just cycling. We can't live stream the entire journey, although technically we could because we've got unlimited data, but we haven't got unlimited electricity and we certainly haven't got unlimited willpower.
No.
So we'll just film what we can, stop when we can, live stream and show you an update when we can. The last camp spot that we had was really harsh. The hotel we're staying in now is very small, the rooms are tiny, but it's clean, it's comfortable, the staff are lovely. And
we love Taichung, the city, don't we?
I would say, if I can, and a lot of people say to you, well, if you can come back, why don't you come back? There's a lot of places in the world to see, but this is really high on my list of places that I want to come and explore in a longer format. So I'd like to come back to Taichung, Taipei as well, Hsinchu, everywhere we've been, but Taichung at the moment. But I've got a feeling each time we move from city to city, we're going to find more places we want to come back and explore.
Absolutely.
We went for a walk around this city yesterday. We probably walked for about 4 or 5 hours. We didn't film absolutely everything. We didn't possibly film even a fraction of what we saw. But there are cafes and bars and food culture here that are just amazing. And I'd like to have more time to explore it, more time to learn about the food culture here in Taiwan so that we can add that to our encyclopedia and our knowledge of food. So let's see how it goes. I mean, we've got plans already sort of locked in for the next month and a half, so we can't really commit to anything. But we'll see. If we can come back, we will come back. Any questions?
No. Come on, give me a question. And I hope you hit the thumbs up. I can't see. Lots of dogs here, isn't
There are
there?
loads of dogs and big
Yeah,
dogs. There's a big
yeah.
husky next to us,
Yeah.
about sort of, you know, about sort of so big.
Yeah.
Is your picture frozen or is it?
No,
Oh, okay.
you're moving.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm just not moving, so it looks like it's frozen.
Looks like it's still.
Yeah.
So if we're not going to get too many questions, we're not going to do a long live stream. I just felt an obligation to update everybody on what we were doing. And we stumbled, we didn't plan to come to this area, but we stumbled across this amazing sort of walkway. And as far as I can see, it goes for kilometre upon kilometre through the city. Oh, the other thing amazing here in Taichung is the cycle network. As we came into the city, we came from the very outskirts of the city all the way into the city centre, all on a really well-established, well-organised cycle network. So if you want to cycle somewhere in the world, this is a great place to come. The only thing I would say is everybody says to me, it's too hot. In the summertime, it's way too hot to cycle in Taiwan. So we have to sort of assume that they know better than we do. Right now, it's kind of cooling down. It isn't camping weather, but it's cooling down.
And it's still bordering on being quite hot in the daytime.
It's bordering on, because it's getting up to sort of like the very late 20s, even the early 30s, so sort of early 80s, 90 degrees Fahrenheit, and the humidity is very, very high. I know I've said this over and over again, so I don't want to sort of labour it. It's not really, it's great cycling weather. It's a little bit warm maybe, but I quite enjoyed it.
You just got to pick your times, haven't you?
The only thing we've got to do now is sort of get our backsides into gear and get back on the bikes.
Yeah.
And we will do. We're just going to have another day and a half here. So we're going to have all day tomorrow here. And then the next day, we're hitting the road again, for sure.
Rick says, how long will you be cycling?
Who said that? Rick. It's probably about 3 weeks of cycling, Rick, with the occasional stop in a hotel or the occasional long stop in this hotel.
Gunla says you two are looking good and healthy.
Thank you, Gunla. I'm trying to get my slimmest side down. You notice how I'm sort of... I'm not actually.
No,
no, why am I saying that?
No, you're just getting
it.
So you're getting in shot.
I'm trying to get into shot. I have no idea how to look.
And Gunlove asked Rick, have you got rain? And Rick says, no, it's sunny there for a change. Just discussing the weather.
Can you hear that noise?
Yes, listen.
It sounds like, again, the ice cream van is coming. I don't know if you will be able to pick that up from the microphones, but it's actually the garbage dustbin men that come round. And they play that music at really high volume. If you're next to it, we wouldn't be able to talk. And they never stop. No. It just plays the whole time. Must drive the drivers mad. Could you imagine if your dust carts came around your neighbourhood playing like the ice cream or hot dog vans wherever you are in the world, and they 1,000 decibels full on all the time. At first I thought they were just going to do it when they arrived at the pickup.
Because everybody comes out with their rubbish and recycling, don't they? And they all sort it out into the appropriate
There's
places.
No let out, no let up. So, is anyone lurking in there and wants to say hello? I've got to say a quick thank you again to our sponsors, Ortlieb Taiwan, for supplying us with bikes to cycle around the country.
No, Ortlieb Taiwan supplying panniers.
Panniers, our bike baggage for going around. And Taipei Bike Works, thank you to Alec and the team there for supplying us with bikes for cycling around. And if you're in this part of the world, you certainly should be looking at doing at least, and actually Alec does just Taipei city tours as well. So you can go there and you can get a whole tour, maybe a sort of 3, 4, 5 hour tour that'll take you around, see all the food sites and the history of Taipei City. But also, you know, if you want to if you're a cyclist, cycle enthusiast, you can come here and you can hire bikes as we have, and then you can just It's quite a popular cycling route, the Route 1, but there are hundreds of interlaced little cycling routes that join the Route 1 and go off up into the mountains, down onto the coast. So it's really quite, I don't know if I can think of anywhere else in the world that's got this sort of cycling network.
Not that I'm aware of.
Australia, maybe?
Maybe.
But
maybe.
you couldn't cycle around Australia, but then it's a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
Quite a little bit bigger.
And also we've got to say thank you to Mark and Anna for our PayPal gift that they gave us as well.
Mark and Anna, thank you very much. So, yeah, anybody wants to support us, they can. Of course, there's a PayPal link down below if you want to become a Patreon. We haven't been using the Patreon that much lately and saying to it, but if you want to join us, Patreon's a good way of supporting the channel. And also there's Super Chats if you want to. And I'm going to keep saying this during the videos because, you know, I know it irritates some people, and I love the fact it irritates some people. So, there you go. Big thumbs up for that. And if you have questions and you're watching this later, you're not watching it live now, pop the questions down because Michelle and I will read them. We're always looking out for if anyone's commenting, joining us a little bit later on. And because we're doing these live streams at a really impromptu, odd times, we know that some parts of the world are asleep and you may not be able to watch it live. Sorry about that. There will be times when we do live streams in the morning time, Taiwan time. Now it's the evening time.
We might even do one in the middle of the day.
Yeah, we might do them at any time. So you will catch one at one point. But we do appreciate you commenting and let us know you're watching this, even if it's a little bit later on.
You crouching down.
So, wows.
I think that we've covered everything, really.
Covered everything I wanted to.
Yeah.
I just wanted to take you and have those meatballs so I could show you what it was, how weird they were. I'm really perplexed by them. I've never seen they insist on calling them meatballs and not dumplings.
Yeah, because you kept calling them dumplings the other day, but that people were weird kept saying, "What are you talking about?" And then they realised it was meatballs.
Meatballs. It's a tiny little meatball inside a glutinous dumpling.
Like our suet dumplings, isn't it?
It's a dumpling. It is actually similar to a suet dumpling.
Yeah.
If you think about the European or British suet dumpling, which is made with flour and suet.
A bit of salt,
A little bit of salt and seasoning. Well, this is a similar sort of idea. It's made with a similar flour made from potato starch and then tapioca starch to give it that sort of elasticity, and then they season it. So it's a similar sort of product, except for in our dumplings, in traditional sort of English dumplings, Australian dumplings, same thing. There's nothing inside. The meat juices absorb the flavours. Here they put the meatball inside and call it a meatball. What can I say? It's a dumpling.
It's a dumpling. Rick says, "Cheers, guys. Got to go. Have fun."
Yeah, I got to go too.
Yeah, we've got to go.
We got to go. From Michelle and I, let's just check if we're on wide. Love to you all. Little update. We'll do another one in maybe if we might not do one tomorrow, but if we do, you'll see.
You'll
Love
see.
to you all. Take care. We'll see you next time. Be good.
Bye.
Bye bye.